offer the best grooming products for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be a swagger, style, class, and luxury. Make our products that are made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get in style with the black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury, yeah. Black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, class, and luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday night chop session with Stormybman. For this Friday, August 30th, 2024, this is number 157 in the series of chop sessions, and we're simply calling this one Diego Pacheco seeking to move towards contention. There's a fight for the super middleweight position tomorrow evening. It'll be featured on DAZN. And Diego Pacheco is headlining that card. So we're going to talk about that a little bit this evening, but some other boxing news and everything as well. But I just titled this show, that for him. But tonight on OTX, we've got Elijah Pierce is fighting. And we'll talk about that a little bit too. Might even catch a little bit of it while I got my monitor on. The fight hasn't started yet. It's still undercards going. But we'd like to see what's happening from the brother Elijah tonight. You know, his opponent that he's taking on is not a cakewalk. You know, when we have these fights, you know, I like to try to mention the fighters in totality, you know, as they're coming along. And a lot of times guys don't want to talk about, you know, everybody except for only the big name guys or whatever. But me, no, I want to talk boxing, man. And there's people who talk, oh, boxing is dead, boxing is on the ropes, boxing is this and that or whatever. That's only because that's where you've placed your interest in boxing. Jose San Martin is going to provide a stiff chest for Elijah tonight, I feel. And if he gets through this fight with this experienced veteran, you know, things could really open up for him. I already did a breakdown video on it. If you had a chance to catch it, kudos to you. You know, I try to tell people I put those premieres out for a reason. And my premiere this morning, I've been having some technical difficulties. My premiere this morning, I had to release it a couple of hours later because I couldn't get it to finalize for uploading. So instead of just scratching the day, I just premiered it a little later. And then tonight, I was all set and ready to go. I took a step away from my laptop, used the bathroom, get myself freshed up and ready. I come back and my audio's not working, which means usually I figure that out now, that usually when that happens, it's like a surge through the system or something, and I have to reboot the laptop. So that's why I started a little late. My apologies. But when I stepped away, everything was fine and solid and just ready for me to hit the live. But I come back and I'm looking and I'm seeing that the graphics is not showing audio picking up. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to go live yet. I need to reboot the laptop. So I wrote in the chat for you guys, you know, starting soon, everything had to be rebooted. See, I'm an old dude, but I'm learning from the past experiences of how to troubleshoot. You know, when stuff like this would happen initially, I'd be like canceling the show and stuff like that. So these kind of things happen, technical difficulties, but I really respect those of you who decided to stand by Stormybman, because you have to get it figured out some kind of way, right? So that's what we're doing, man. We working, huh? We working big time. So with that being said, let's see who we got out here in the chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Do a little roll call. Shawalai is out there with those channel emojis. We appreciate you. She's saying Shabbat Shalom, Sensei, and chat. Steph Brown is back with us saying, be well, Stormy. Salute to our chat family here tonight. Peace and blessings and understanding. God be with you and you as well. He says, hit the like button, chat family, on the way in. Yes, sir. Universal Truth is back with us, saying salute, Sensei, and chat. Jimmy Bernard is in the building saying salute, Sensei. What's good, chat? Smash the like button while entering the building. Whatever man is out there saying salute, Stormy, and the chat. I'm on the road driving but listening in. Be safe on the roads, brother. Safe travels to you and yours. Eric Gomez is out there saying bomb squad. Stormy B-Man salute. Jazz, jazz, jazz. That's right, my man. You know, Stormy has the jazz for you, you know. Jazz and boxing have a history together. Big time. Jimmy Bernard is saying smash the like button. Antonio MMA is in the building saying salute, Sensei. What's good with you? Steven Zen is out there saying salute to Stormy B. Shout out to the chat. Eric Gomez says facts on facts. Gomes, I asked you last week, Eric, is it Gomes or Gomez? Because I want to pronounce it correctly. And you disappeared on me last week. So I take it that you were just in long enough to say hello, and then you went on your way out there digging in them trash cans and everything on them other channels. So I don't know what that's all about, but you know, you're either going to answer my question or you're going to get that F plus and get to the back of the class. All right, that's the way it works around these parts. Yeah. Who else we got out there? Shower says my power is out. Okay. Well, I hope that your power returns quickly, Shower, because this ain't the time. As hot as it's been in some parts and as bad as the weather has been in others. Okay. He says Gomes. Okay, I got you, Eric Gomes. Yeah. So you got a D plus, huh? For making me wait a few live streams to pronounce it correctly for me, because I don't like to sound like a fool mispronouncing people's names. If I can pronounce these Chinese folks' names when I do the Kung Fu Film Focus, I can pronounce some of y'all melanated folks' names. And y'all know how y'all like to come up with those extreme names. Alopecia and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And when it could just be named Jane. Huh? Yeah! I blame that on that TV show Roots, though. Back in the 70s, once they came out with that and they heard Kunta Kinte and Kizzy and all of that, black folks went crazy with them Swahili names and everything for their kids. And then they did names off of that, play off of that. You know, you know, Mercedes Enza or something. What is that? You know, just say Mercy, huh? Goodness. Yeah. He says respect, facts. Brother Code is out there saying what's good, Stormy B, man. He's laughing out loud. Shower says 30 minutes. Steph Brown is smiling. Brother Cole says, facts, sensei. Yeah, man. You know, it's ignorant to not want to know how to pronounce someone's name correctly and just say what you want. Because you're taught in school, well, they used to teach in school. I don't know what they teach in school now, but it used to be phonetic. You sound it out, and you know, but when people began to get that creative process behind doing names, then now you have to ask, huh? And if they don't want to tell you, then you know what? That's their bad if they don't want to tell you. Eric says, true. Shaw was laughing. Steph says, the other 7 watching, please hit the like button, family. Those the peepers, man. Those the peepers. You know they be out there. Steph, they be out there. But hey, you know, I got something for everybody. You know me. You know, I even got some new memes for some of them folks that like to be out there, you know, trolling, huh? Yeah. So I'll break them new memes out. Yeah, Shaw, they be trying to make it ethnic, right? But it really be ignorant. You know? And people trying to spell simply spelled names, they be trying to add their little, you know, what do they call it? Not ethnic, but what's that word? Urban, huh? That's like somebody, you want to name your son Tyrone, but it's like you grew up knowing too many Tyrones, so you gonna name him Tyron. Man, it's Tyrone, huh? Stop with the foolishness. Yeah, you know, coming out there with those names, and then when he gonna spell it with 2 N's and 1 E with the E with the colon at the end. Man, if you don't get out of here, I'll call you a simple name, huh? N-I-G-G, you know what? That's what I'm gonna call them, huh? Trying to get all creative with them names. Shaw says, what's crazy is my name is simple. An English teacher screwed it up when I was a child. Listen, Shaw, I'm a grown man. I'm just about 60 years old, and they still screwing my name up. They don't write Brian, they write Brain. It's great. Listen, how you gonna screw that name up? Crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody cracking up behind that, right? It's like, it's true though. It's true, man. Where you come from, where you can't spell the simplest of names, huh? It's crazy. People be out here be tripping me out, man. Yeah, Shawa, they mess it up. It's crazy. And I just, you know what? I stopped correcting them. I'm just like, I'm just going to let them live in their ignorance. You know what I mean? Because it's more stress on me trying to correct, then it's on them being dumb, huh? It's like you're dumb and don't even know it, huh? Salute to the brother Trick Noti out there in that super chat, man. He says, salute this evening, Stormy. What's going on with you, man? I tried to give you a call, man, but you was probably at Subway or something. That's a personal joke between me and Trick Noti. Yeah, but I hope you're doing good, man. Good to see you out there. Let's see. Yeah, but see, I'm going to tell you something, Shower. You see, they put that T on there, huh? They wanted to make you stand out. They put that T on there, but if they didn't put that T on there, everybody would have been all right, huh? So when they gave you problems with that, that was the rebellion. I ain't going to call her that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to mess it up. That's what they do. That's what they do. It's just, you know, but that's, you know what? That's a special show that we could do talking about our names, man. That right there, that could be a 6-hour stream. That could be a 6-hour stream talking about ethnic names, man. And some people get mad too. They get real mad. You know? It's like when you go and you say you working in HR, right? And you going through resumes. You know how a person has to put down their ethnicity and stuff on certain paperwork? Well, when you look at the name and it says Kersharian Jones, you ain't got to look at the ethnicity part on that. You know who that is, huh? You know. But if you saw Timothy Johnson, that could be a white guy, that could be a black guy, it could be, you know, but it's like people don't think about that kind of stuff. And I'm going to give you guys a little game here. If you give your children, you can have middle names that are dedicated to family lineage and bloodlines and stuff like that. But if you give like a surname or, you know, their first name of something real basic, when they do go on in life and they fill out paperwork and documents and things of that nature, they're inconspicuous. You have to sit in front of somebody before they know who they're talking to. There are certain parents, like from my parents' generation, who understood that, and they did that with purpose. It's just like having a certain zip code identifies you a certain kind of way. Your credit rating and everything can still be affected by your zip code, even though you don't have bad credit, even though you haven't dropped off with your credit, even though you've tried to maintain a certain level of your credit. But they'll say you fit the description because you're in that zip code. That's why it's important for elections and officials who are represent you wholeheartedly in all your best interests. When you have those officials who don't represent properly, you get what I'm talking about. and you get a bad deal. The state doesn't give to those areas where you live and reside and raise your families like they're supposed to. That money gets diverted elsewhere. And if your officials throw block parties all the time, and they have, little festivals for you all the time and stuff like that, but they're not fixing the streets on your block, the plumbing under the ground in your sewers, making sure that the water that comes through your community is pumped properly. Taxes, what you pay for, your schools. Oh, come on, man. It's a whole different conversation. But this is the Friday Night Chop Session with Stormybman. You see that, Eric? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I bet you were surprised, weren't you? Hey, Eric, did you notice something different about your shopping and where you spend your money too? Public transportation that may go through that area, the new area. Did you notice certain aspects about that? How public transportation, you can set your clock to it. It's running on time, on schedule. Did you notice that the grade of what you shop for in that area is better? Whether you're talking about groceries or goods. See, people who worried about wearing the latest designer clothes and gym shoes and everything like that, even though they want to dress scantily with their asses hanging out and their body parts hanging out, those people, they're not giving consideration. That's like if you opened a bag of peanuts and some spilled to the ground. You don't go pick them up. You leave them down there for the squirrels, right? Think about it. Yeah. Yeah, all of this, man, I'm aware of it. I'm totally aware. That's why I can speak on it. And I don't feel like that makes me special. I feel like when I share that kind of information, hopefully it can wake other people up that may not necessarily be aware. I tell you things, man. It's like people are not groomed for survival. They're groomed for service and servitude. Adrian Vitt, what's going on? So anyway, let's talk a little boxing, you guys. In the boxing news of the week, What do we have flowing through the pipeline this week? Talk some boxing news. Eric is saying, Eric is saying, Pacheco, we're going to get to him. We're going to get to him. You know. We're going to get to him. But I want to talk about the Turk a little bit first before we go further. We're still seeing residual effect of what Turk is doing in boxing. And no greater example of that transpired this week than when the news came down the pipeline about a fight negotiation taking place between Jerron Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. Now there are people who think straight away, because of some of the video that has come out, because of some of the sound bites and everything that have come out, people feel a certain kind of way about those negotiation tactics employed by these guys. Salute to Steph Brown in that super chat. He says, salute to the hashtag Wisdom Dome. Share this live, family. Appreciate you, Steph Brown. Thank you. Even my brother 78, when he did his live this morning, and he was basing it on what he had heard and everything, and you know, people were chiming in the chat and offering up some sentiments and whatnot, but I was writing rebelliously in the chat because I wanted people to understand, first and foremost, we're talking about Ed Hearn here, right, who has now got Jerron Boots Ennis in his graces. So we have to be careful when we're thinking about anything coming out of Hearn's mouth, anything that he has to say, because he's got to always put Ennis in a good light. That's who he signed, and that's who he's promoting. So quite naturally, the other side, doesn't matter if it's Brian Norman Jr. or whomever the next consideration may be, there'll always be less than, there'll always be, you know, lesser consideration. But be careful of whom may be embraced. Hearn has shown his hand too many times. And it's an ugly, dirty, filthy paw. It really is. The only reason that he has worked together with Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions is because of this man on screen here. But I remember how he played the game with Deontay Wilder when he was a WBC champion of the world with several title defenses. And Anthony Joshua was a newly crowned guy. I think the IBF belt he had from Prince Charles Martin. There was no getting Hearn to come to a reasonable term with Deontay during that time. Even when, and astounding for the moment that it transpired, offer of $50 million, Joshua was led to not look into his own best interest and not take that deal. There's a lot going on behind the scenes in boxing. But Hearn was still the same one who at that time said he needed to see proof of funds. As if Deontay couldn't raise the money for that particular deal. And the disrespect being just some bloke from Alabama. Disrespectful. I wonder what he thinks of Jaron Ennis from Philadelphia. Remember now, he's promoting him. But what are his real close to the vest thoughts of Ennis? Well, let me bring up a quote that his dad once said. There was a time when we didn't have to call these guys sir and address them formally. What he was saying was, in a different era, the black fighter got no respect from them at all. Publicly. Definitely not privately. So now a few calendar dates have changed and society has morphed into something totally different. So publicly, you can still get away with disrespect. See Ryan Garcia. But in order to ensure economic empowerment and flowing, you have to bring some sort of respect to the table. Now, mind you, he signed Shakur Stevenson recently too, and has stuck Shakur on the upcoming Better Bivol fight card in October. However, just days earlier, he was talking about how boring Shakur is. So now he's got to talk up Shakur, right? Because he's promoting him. But his real thoughts have already been let out the bag, so to speak. But this man here on the screen, he wants to put on the matches. And there are fighters who cannot seemingly just come to the table and sit, because their ethics have been tainted so that they don't even know what's in their best interest anymore. Amazingly. Shakur Stevenson is in a position to be set up, y'all. And if it does go down like I think it might, remember this live tonight, because I will revisit the thought and dive deeper. But things still have to play themselves out. And I'm willing to allow that to take place. See, for Shakur, the fight was supposed to be he and Tank Davis. Actually, he and Devin Haney first. But he wasn't up for really taking the risk. The Tank Davis situation would have been the next best viable option. But he elected not to go down that route either. It wasn't all him. A lot to do with Tank as well, because Tank has the leverage in that type of department, and if Tank wanted the fight would take place. There are a number of scenarios that have played out not well for Shakur Stevenson. He really needs someone to get in his ear, and he really needs to get stronger and man up about taking control of his career. But the Ennis Norman Jr. situation really calls to light about why Turki Al-Sheikh is needed. Have you ever, if you are above 44 years old, have you ever seen a fighter as talented as Jaron Boots Ennis, who has looked to seemingly want to be gifted things straight away? For some reason, he and his camp think that they should just be considered for title opportunities without having fought the most solid of contenders. He wants guys who are well established and who could bring him a great deal of money, but he hasn't positioned himself to earn that opportunity. And see, you know something is going on with the negotiation situation that they had, because Hearn was talking about he moving up and establishing himself at the next division. And he publicly spoke about acquiring the other belts. So it's obvious that they're not even on the same page talking publicly. Ennis Ennis was awarded the IBF belt when they decided to strip Terrence Crawford, even though he was scheduled to fight a rematch with Errol. They just took the belt away from him. People were saying that Bud should fight him. But he had a contractual obligation to Errol, and Errol milked that opportunity. Do you guys know that stipulation? You don't have to know every freaking detail of a fighter's contract, but they have dates, provisions, adjustments, amendments, things that they have to adhere to in an obligated form, written form, for a duration. And once that duration passes, that expires. Though Crawford and Spence were obligated to one another before the end of the year last year, Spence drew that out for whatever reason. Remember, he had to have another surgery on his eye or something, and things like that. There were issues of like neither party would express if they knew if the fight would take place at the same weight or a higher weight. So as a bargaining chip for whatever the next move will be, the undisputed champion in Crawford was holding fast to his belts. Naturally. So even though we're waiting on one man to decide what he wants to do, and he's in no hurry to tell you, you made to sit around. You can't be active because you're under an obligation. You're the older of the pair. So, the older you get, the more rust that you build up, the more you may not look your best. If we go through this process. And then there was no formal announcement that we're not going to do it. It got leaked to the media, and people who know these guys, they start talking, hey man, it's like that fight is dead. I don't think it's going to happen. But in the meantime, the IBF, just as they did with Alexander Usyk, took the belt and awarded it to Jaron Ennis. Interesting thing about that. They didn't say that he had to fight someone in an eliminator for this. Number 1 and 2, number 1 and 3, right? They sent that email. And I use that term because y'all used it against Devin Haney. So it's forever going to be out there, whether you like it or not. At least Daniel Dubois, when he fought Philippe Hergovic, that fight was for an eliminator. And if the IBF, moving like they moved, knew they were going to do what they're going to do, they could have made the winner that night the champion. But they waited. They stalled it out. But they still did the same thing. But Dubois fought for that belt against another top heavyweight in Hrgovic. Who has Boots fought for the IBF? Anyway, Brian Norman Jr. fought recently a pretty darn good fight. Where I'm going with this, people, the Assassin 2, as he's known, fought Giovanni Santillan May 18th in a really tough battle for the WBO interim world welterweight title. Santillan was a fighter that Top Rank was really pushing forward. And in 10 brutal rounds, Norman Jr. stopped him and became a world welterweight titleist with the WBO. He has yet to defend the title, but was willing to go into a negotiation with Jaron Ennis, people, because, as he stated, Jaron is not a boogeyman, he's a man. If you want to get it on, let's do this. Hearn's involvement in this affair has made things questionable, because what Hearn does is he puts information out and he understands the ignorance and the negligence of the public. Public sentiment is usually not sharp because they don't see the whole picture. So the mere fact that he throws some numbers around and say we offered this and we, this wasn't accepted and blah 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 blah. That's all just speak from a promoter. But already, just like years ago, when we were trying to assist with Devin and Mr. Gary Anderson, a fight, the people picking sides. Do you realize when you start picking sides, you give these guys an out to not allow something to happen if they don't want it to happen? All fighters aren't that way, but the majority are. And something solidly tells me that Brian Norman Jr. is not of that ilk, looking for an out. I was not impressed when I heard what was stated about these men meeting up. Well, negotiating, because they didn't meet up. And hearing Hearn. Hearn is the same guy that stood on a rooftop talking with Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to Blue Blood. And he told Blue Blood, when he was asked about a $50 million offer from Deontay Wilder to Anthony Joshua, well, first of all, we would need to see proof of funds. And then just a few weeks later, Blue Blood, still talking to her, denied even saying that he hasn't talked about proof of funds. A certain case of yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth. But I'm going to tell you, because he's just recently signed Jaron Boots Ennis, what would make you think that he would want to put Boots in immediately in a match for unification? Where do they do that at? Think about it like this. You just got your check. It's the one that you don't have to pay all the bills with, but you can take some of that money and do something with it. Something of pleasure, of saving, whatever your heart's content, but you have the option now. The foolish thing would be to blow it all. Why would you do that at the first opportunity? The only way Hearn would make a deal like that is if the opponent were another one of those on paper 80-20, 80-30 type or 70-30 type fighters that they go into a deal with the 80 being Ennis. The fact that Norman Jr. would be even interested in going to his hometown to face him and put his own title on the line speaks volumes. But I keep telling you that people watching boxing today don't know the proper things to look at. This is not about letting something marinate. This is not about nobody knowing a guy. This is about milking the cow. And Hearn is going to milk the cow. But Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, he needs to be very careful where he's headed. Because they're looking. They're looking. And they've always tried to find a guy who doesn't have that protection around him. See, hindsight being 2020 now, Deontay didn't have the protection around him. But he was always conducting business smart as far as going in with his deals. It was some of the other things, person to person, that he had to learn about the hard way. Yeah, Shawa, that's spot on. It's on target. Yeah, definitely. You haven't heard the last of Brian Norman Jr., though. I'm going to tell you that. And that man's name and his performances are going to escalate. They're going to ascend. I'm almost certain of it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Well, let's get into tonight's matchup between Elijah Pierce and Jose San Martin. San Martin is a 31-year-old fighter from Colombia. He's 5'5", super bantamweight with a record of 35-8 with one draw. 21 KOs. He's a solid fighter, strong. The type of fighter that can test a fighter who has had some discipline problems. Now, when I say or refer to Elijah having discipline problems, it's been about him being focused up in the ring. I'm not talking about his personal life or anything like that. I'm talking about the way he's performed in the ring. He's been caught sleeping a couple of times in his career. So against San Martin, when he brings his record of 19-2 in the ring tonight, 16 KOs, he's a southpaw, 5'8", few inches taller. He needs to be focused because San Martin is going to be in his chest. His last outing, talking about Pierce, saw him get put down in the second round against Arthur Villanueva. It's in my breakdown video. He stopped Villanueva in the fourth round because Elijah can pop a little bit himself. But he has to be careful and be focused. His fight against Giovanni Cabrera saw him get dropped in that fight. But he's got heart. Elijah does. And salute to the brother Tay Jones, who has worked with him, helping him get ready for tonight's fight. Helping him cut weight properly and everything so he wouldn't have those type of issues. He should be able to box San Martin from the mid-range to outside and keep him at bay and set him up with something, run him into something. But he's got to stay focused. Got to stay focused. But I do think it's going to be an interesting fight. And it may start before we go off the air here. Right now you got Brandon Adams is out there. And I know that Adams, even though I'm not really watching his fight right now, he's taking on that guy Francisco Veron. You know, and Pierce is up next. You know, a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, they had Brandon Adams in the ring with Jamal Charlo. And, you know, Charlo is a big guy for 160. And he's fighting at, you know, Adams tonight. That was back in 2019 when he fought Charlo. Fighting at junior middleweight. Charlo was a full-blown middleweight when they fought. Oh, Shower, your power is back on. Congratulations, sister. I'm glad your power is on now. Glad to hear that. Yes. You know, I heard someone say recently, just over the past 24, 48 hours, they were saying that they don't think that, you know, the boxing we've had some good fights this year, but they don't think that boxing has been all that. I disagree. I mean, boxing has been awesome in 2024. We've had some darn good matches. Salute to Turkey Al Sheikh's what he's done, but it has also stimulated other promoters to make more competitive matches because they can't keep up. They can't sell the tickets if they don't put fighters in game matches. All of that lopsided stuff is going by the wayside, and all of these inactive fighters are getting ready to start paying us a supreme price for being inactive. Yeah. Salute to the sister, Sugar Free Mars. She got a video I want to check out that is titled "The Setup and Downfall of Shakur Stevenson." You see, we all are on the same page, man. We know what's going on here. And I just laugh, you know. And I gotta salute the sisters that are doing content like Sugar Free Mars and a couple of others that are, listen, when the women can come out and talk about these guys being listless and apathetic and not motivated and everything, it's like it's a breath of fresh air. Because see, we guys, we sound like haters, right? That's what they like to label you as. But when the women come out and say the same things, you're gonna call the woman a hater too? No, she's calling you out on your bull crap. Yep. Yeah, that's true, Shower. He would definitely do that. He punched a woman, didn't he, at a gas station or something? Isn't that what he got arrested for? Then gonna grab this guy by the hand and say, "Come on, let's go." Drew Titan had me laughing when he had that image of him holding that guy's hand running away. I'm like, what is that all about? You can't make this stuff up, man. If it was a movie boxing, the movie. It'll be bloody like Othello, you know, Macbeth. But see, it takes people like us to be standing on merit and be like, hey, you know what? We're going to tell the truth on you guys. Period. You cannot like us and call us haters and all of that all you want to. But it is what it is. That's right, Shower. Truth reigns. That's it. It reigns. Yeah, but let's talk about Diego a little bit, because the fight with Elijah will be coming up shortly. They got 2 more rounds to go here with Brandon Adams. They're in the 8th round, so they got 2 rounds after this, and then I think Elijah will be coming on. So I'll stay on the air during Elijah's fight, but let's talk about Diego Pacheco a little bit. He's taking on Matt Selecki tomorrow. And Selecki is an experienced fighter, again, in a similar case like what's happening in Elijah's fight. Diego Pacheco had been a prospect that has done very well at super middleweight and has now graduated. Like, after this fight, he'll be considered a contender, particularly if he's successful in this fight. Matt Selecki has never been stopped, but he's been in there with quality opposition, like Danny Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? And he has, you know, when you think about his resume of, you know, guys he has fought, that's going to make it interesting for how Pacheco deals with him. Because Demetrius Andrade fought him back in 2019, and so did Gabe Rosado. He defeated Rosado. Demetrius Andrade was his last loss, and he has 3 UDs and a KO since then. He's from Poland, Selecki, and he's 35 years of age, so he's on that winding down end of things, whereas Diego, who's only 23, I'm only 23, yeah, but he's up and coming. And Diego had been getting a lot of TKOs and stoppages. Like, his last fight was a unanimous decision over Sean McCallman, but that fight, McCallman didn't give him any type of challenge. That guy just survived for all the rounds that they fought. But he has stopped guys like Marcelo Caceres, and Manuel Gallegos, and Jack Cullen. So Diego has been moved along properly. If he's able to stop Matt Selecki, that's going to say a lot. I'm not basing him being victorious on stopping Selecki. He doesn't have to stop him to me. What he has to do is show the skills that he has developed in his quest to be a contender. I want to see him show some wrinkles in there. This will be scheduled for 12 rounds. So he's got 12 rounds to work with. That's going to be important. Because that guy McCallman, when they fought, it was a 10 rounder. So he's never been 12 rounds before at all. And I would like to see him come out looking like roses, basically. But I don't know if many of you out there in the chat tonight have been around with me for a couple years, but I did a video a year ago on Diego Pacheco talking about he was going to be one to watch. I did a video on him. And here he is. He's headlining tomorrow on DAZN. You see, I get that early start on these guys. When I see something, I'm like, okay, this is one to watch for. And he definitely is. Personally, I think he can take Jaime Munguia right now. But it will behoove him to be able to get in a fight where he can go rounds, because going rounds gives you experience. He's 6'4" with a nearly 80-inch reach. He has power in both hands. He's tough. He could take a shot. He's rangy, wiry, and he looks like he can be someone that will grow into a strong super middleweight contending fighter. And I like that. I like that. You know, I talk about these fighters like this, and you like I said earlier in this show, you got guys out there saying, man, boxing is dead. It's like it's nothing happening. Man, there's fighters all over the place. You guys just not looking at them. You know, you're waiting to see the news on these same old dudes all the time. There's always a new batch coming along. Even while you're looking at one guy, there's others lined up right next to him or behind him. "23 years old. So Diego, he could possibly get something done, man. He could possibly get something done. That would be awesome if he's able to. Shower says, I thought the last guy he fought was going to get him if he didn't figure out a way around his awkward style, OG. Nah, you know what? That guy wasn't brave enough. He was athletically talented and gifted, but he had no desire to mix it up. He didn't want to take any risks, and it showed. And when Diego figured that out, the fight was over. See, because there are some guys who are just not going to fight. They'll survive, but they won't fight. And they can bluff like they're gonna do something. So you always gotta be, weary of them. But that guy was not gonna do anything. And he'll go out in another fight against somebody else and beat that person's butt. Talking about McCallman. But see, he knew what he was dealing with Pacheco. He did his homework on him, and he didn't want to give him an opportunity let him open up on him or something like that. These are the kind of things, again, like I said, when you're watching boxing, you have to know what you're looking at. Now, is he a quitter or something? No, not at all. But he survived. He could go in there, like if Pacheco goes on to be a world champion or just a world contending fighter, he doesn't even have to, but he's going to be on these headliners. You know, he's going to look and tell his people, see, he knocking those guys out. He couldn't knock me out. That would be his badge of honor. Jimmy Bernard says, after this fight, Stormy wondering if he can go after the likes of Plant and Billy, or like you said, Munguia. Yep. He should be up there. I would like to see him get a little bit stronger. See, like, for someone like Plant, it'll be a good boxing match for him. And Caleb has been very inactive too. You know, ever since he made some big money with Canelo and stuff like that, it's like these guys, I don't know. I think PBC got a lot to do with that inactivity with their fighters. But see, there's another reason why everybody was talking about PBC. That place, man, over there, Al Heyman, what he's done with these fighters. If you look at all the fighters that fought on the PBC and look at how inactive they've been, he's destroyed a lot of careers. There's no reason that all of those men should be so inactive like they've been. There are guys over there who ain't fought in literally 2 years. That's or longer. Freaking ridiculous. And if Al Heyman was overpaying guys and everything, that's his fault. You know what I mean? But you still have to put these damn guys to work, man. You got to put them to work. And you got to tell them in your meetings and everything, look, man, you got to get off your ass and earn that money that we paid you. You know what I mean? And some of these guys, they took that lead of, you know, opening up their own promotional company and stuff like that. But these guys ain't got the business sense of a snail. So it's like everybody can't be having promotional companies and everything. Teach them how to invest their money. Because some of them, they don't even deserve to try to be independent because they can't even put their shoes on without somebody asking or telling them or recommending or whatever. It's like, it's crazy. It's like, how can you be on your job and you got your colleagues that y'all making the same salary and everything, but before the next payday they asking you, hey man, can you spare me $20? It's like, dude, we just got paid. Yeah, I ran on some hard times. You know, but you gotta be responsible for you. Brandon Adams and this guy, they went the distance, but when they hugged each other when the fight was over, it looked like they were still hitting each other. Yeah, good fight, man. I've never seen that before. That was hilarious. It was like they were hugging, putting their arm around each other, and still kind of getting a shot in. What are these guys doing, man? Still hitting each other. I told you I be watching stuff. People don't pick up on stuff. I be picking up on everything, man. Picking up on everything. Can't get nothing past Stormy. I'll be like, oh, I saw that. So Adams got the decision. Now they hugging again and still tapping each other on the back. Good fight. I gotta get my last lick in on this dude. Man, why do they put these dudes Ak and Barack on here, man? It's like, come on, man. I don't know. You can't tell them nothing now because they on TV, y'all. They on TV. Got me some donuts, shower. Stormy got him some crunch donuts here. Just a couple of them. It's too late for coffee because if I had coffee, man, I'd be up all night. Talking about, damn, ain't no fights on. Oh, they got Brandon doing a face-off against a guy he gonna fight next. Andreas Katsarakis. Shaw says I can drink at 12 and be in the bed sleeping at 12:30. Listen, coffee does a number on me, man. It makes me like wired up, like wide awake. And you know, I've had Starbucks a couple of times. I'm not a Starbucks person, but at my job, sometimes somebody will treat you to a Starbucks. I drink that stuff, man. I be wired up, bro. Jimmy Bernard says, I have orange juice with donuts. Guilty pleasure. Yeah, I've had that combo a lot myself there, Jimmy Bernard. But I like donuts with hot chocolate. They talking about the main event. Did any of you guys get a chance to see the face-off between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois today? They released it finally. Before, they just gave us clips. You know, that's when Dubois was telling him, you can't intimidate me. Who do you think you are? And Joshua told him, I'll smack you across the face with this chair. Dubois was like, let's go right now. Let's go. Yeah, Shower, it's up on Matchroom or the Zone channel on YouTube. You can watch it. They released it earlier this afternoon. I was cracking up watching that thing, man. Danny was like, who do you think you are? It's like, that's that sound bite I got. Remember, I was like, he told Joshua, he said, And AJ gave him that deadly stare after that. And you guys take a look at your screen. I'm gonna put this image of AJ looking at him after he said that to him. AJ was looking at him like he wanted to whoop his ass. He said I be cracking up at these guys at these little press conferences and these face-offs, because that shit is funny as hell. Look at Ak. He's standing up there throwing up that pyramid with his hands. Oh, I gotta show the bosses that I'm online. I gotta show them I'm online. Doing the man. Who the hell stands with their hands like that in that stupid ass pyramid? We know that you already a part of the club, bruh. Okay? Damn. Uncle Tom's. That's how you got on TV anyway. Yeah, Steve is in. AJ was looking at him side eye, trying to give him that mean look, you know. Man, Dubois was like, "You let's go right now." Okay, the guys are getting ready to come to the ring, so I'm gonna score this fight. I'm not gonna call it, but I'll score it. San Martin coming to the ring. They got all these hoochie mamas standing up there, man. El General coming out there with his little army hat on. With general hat on. Man, San Martin coming in, he feeling confident, man. He dancing and stuff. He bopping to the music, feeling good. Yeah, it's on DAZN, Steph Brown. It's on DAZN. OTX on DAZN. Yeah, Shaw, they had all them hoochies standing up there lined up for him. I'm like, man. He came to the ring like he was the champ, though. I wonder if Tay gonna walk him to the ring. I think he got his little kid back there with him. If I was a fighter, I would not be for the theatrics on ring walks. Nothing but my music. The music that I play will convey what my thoughts are, you know, going into the fight. But dancing and all of that, nope. I'd have my hood on. I'll be walking toward that ring, deadpanning. That's the one thing I used to really like about watching Mike Tyson walk to the ring, because that brother would come out of that locker room. Sometimes he'd have that towel on, sometimes he wouldn't. But his body was already drenching in sweat, and he was ready to go. How many of you out there in the chat got DAZN and can watch this? This is scheduled for 10, so they're going to have to get busy. Well, for those, I see Jimmy Bernard says I don't. Well, I guess I'll try to call it for you too. That way I, don't want you to feel, left out of what's happening. So I'll try to give a fight call on this. I'm not no expert or nothing like that, but I'm scoring it as I watch it as well. These guys are little compared to me, man. Bantamweights, man. And San Martin look even smaller standing in front of Elijah. Oh. Okay, we're about to get ready for the first round. I kept talking about this boy needs to be focused in this fight. I hope he comes out focused. There's the bell. They come out. Elijah's shooting out that right jab. He's a southpaw. Pumping the jab. Series of jabs and then a left to the body. Martin's just walking to him with a high guard right now. Trying to close the distance. One jab by there, Martin. He's caught in the triangle already. Now Martin didn't throw anything. He caught him in the triangle and he didn't let him get out of there. Martin's trying to get very close. I don't know if he wants to get close enough to throw inside shots or if he's just applying pressure right now. It could be one or the other because he's not throwing a lot of punches at the moment. Elijah's trying to punch around his guard with a series of combinations around the arms. Now he's trying to come up the middle with uppercuts. Martin is. Good uppercut by Martin. Right uppercut. His straight right hand lead. Elijah's punching, but it's like he's trying to punch around the guard, but the punch placement, I know what he's trying to do, but the shots aren't landing cleanly at the moment. It's mostly on the arms and gloves. A 1-2 by Martin. Right now, it still looks like right now the action is being dictated by Elijah. He's moving pretty good right now. Martin's starting to throw some shots on the inside now, some short shots. He's keeping Elijah near the ropes, though. He's keeping him from being in the center of the ring, which is where he needs to be. Oh, good straight right hand in the triangle. He's caught Elijah in the triangle, and he's getting those shots off against him. Martin's starting to throw punches a little more now. Elijah's leaning in. Double hook, triple hook. Left hand, all of that was from Elijah. He's trying to throw hard shots to keep Martin off of him right now. He doesn't need to be opening up with shots like that at the moment. That's just going to wear his stamina down. Another combination by Pierce. Okay, and another double right at the bell by Pierce. That's a Elijah Pierce round, but I didn't like what I saw from him over the last, I want to say 30 seconds or so. San Martin is not even sitting down in this corner yet. He's just standing there. If he could get Elijah to fight like that, this is not in Pierce's favor. I'm telling you that right now. Starting round 2. Martin is right over on top of him, right again, backing him toward that triangle of his own corner. And there's Pierce firing these punches right away again, right from the start of the round. See that wild left miss by Pierce? Those are not the kind of shots you need to be opening up with right now, this early in the fight. Pierce is circling with the jab now. Remember, he's a southpaw, so the jab is his right hand pumping. He's leaning over on the inside now, trying to battle Martin on the inside instead of maintaining distance and range. Martin is coming back with a couple of shots. Right now it still looks like Pierce is controlling the action, but he's being made to fight at an accelerated pace, which I said is not at it's not at his advantage. Martin's got him trapped in the triangle again. He steps out of there. He moves him over to the opposite corner where there's in the triangle. Pierce is trying to throw left uppercuts on the inside while they're chest to chest. Good body shots by Martin. Another good body shot by Martin. He's throwing these little right uppercuts to Pierce's body, and Pierce is trying to fight hard. That's going to sap his stamina. Pierce is trying to pump the jab, but he's in that triangle. He can't get the space. And Martin is going to work on the inside in there. This is going to wear Pierce down, I'm telling you. Boom, good right hand by Martin. Good left hook under the elbow by Martin. Pierce is still throwing those shots, but he's trying to fight hard instead of smart. He's bobbing now, weaving, shouldering him off. The ref is warning him about shouldering him off. He goes back to pumping the jab. He's trying to dance and get some life in his legs. But Martin is still walking him down with a high guard, opening up on the inside. Good right hand, good combinations by Martin. Much better round from Martin. He's going to work on Elijah right now. Yeah, I'm giving San Martin that round, you guys. He's already got Pierce fighting his fight. You know, I was talking about that. I'm like, man, he don't need to be opening up like he did. All he need to do is keep circling him, tie him up, you know, let the ref break him, step around, because it's you got 10 rounds, but it's like you got to get the proper work in. Fighting at that accelerated pace is not a good thing. They got Clarissa Shields there ringside.
He did a great job, and now we're watching Elijah Pierce. A good fight here as well. What are you seeing so far?
So far, I think that Elijah is in pretty good control of the fight. This guy here is very, very sturdy. He comes forward. He's very tough. But I think that Elijah will have to back him up in order to get some respect. But I think the fight is going.
Round 3, and we're back. They're in the center of the ring, exchanging jabs. San Martin is still with that high guard, crouching a little bit, trying to inch ever so closer to Pierce, who's not looking to use the jab like he needs to use it. He's looking to pot shot. He just landed a straight left. There you go, shouldering him off again. The ref didn't say anything this time. Shouldering him again. The ref didn't say nothing. He's trying to punch out of angles now, Pierce. He's throwing combinations, but that high guard is blocking everything. Oh, good left hook. Right hand left hook by San Martin. Another left hook by San Martin. Straight right down the middle. Pierce nods his head. You know what that means. Double right hook to the body for Pierce. San Martin still walking into him. Walking in. Pierce is trying to fire those lefts. San Martin is going to work on his body good. Pierce is trying to pot shot again, but he's smothering his own work by being so close. He's bobbing and weaving on the inside. San Martin is still dropping those body shots on him though. Uppercuts to the body. It's like right hand, left hooks to the body. Right uppercuts, left hooks under the elbow. Good left hook to the head, right hand. Combination by San Martin. Pierce is throwing pity pat shots right now. San Martin is jabbing his way in now, still behind a high guard. Pierce is trying to match punch for punch, but this is not the fight for him. What is he doing? They're toe-to-toe in the center ring. Good double hook by Pierce, and San Martin follows up with his own shots. Oh my goodness, this is getting to be a war here. Toe-to-toe action here. They're inside, exchanging. Pierce trying to step back out and use the jab. But when he does that, San Martin walks him down and closes the gap again. Good double punch by right hand, left hook by San Martin. Pierce is near those ropes again. He needs to get out of there. He's throwing hard shots, trying to fight this guy off of him, but that's not. I think that's a Pierce round. So far, this is competitive though. San Martin woke up in that second round and really started putting the pressure. Pierce is throwing a very good left hook to the right hook to the head, right hook to the body, right hook to the body, right hook to the head. He's switching it up. He's doing very, very well right now. San Martin still not sitting down between rounds. They're coming out for the fourth round now. Pierce starts out with a 1-2 right out at the opening bell. Jab right hand. Jab left hand. He's poking and probing with the jab. Uppercuts by left and right. San Martin responds with his own uppercuts and combination punches. They're in the center of the ring right now, right on the emblem in the center of the ring. Just throwing shots at each other. Martin's still keeping that high guard though. So some of Pierce's shots are not landing cleanly. He's got these little sneaky counters that he's getting in on Elijah. Now, Pierce has backed him to the ropes now. And Martin is bobbing and weaving off the ropes. Body shot by Pierce. Pierce has got him on the defense right now. But San Martin is kind of doing the cross-arm defense. He's kind of switching it up, bobbing and weaving. But Pierce is going to work on him right now. Good body shots by Pierce. Right hook to the body. Left hook, uppercut. This is a good fight, you guys. Pierce, ooh, good body shot, ooh, and San Martin is down from a left uppercut to the solar plexus for Pierce. San Martin is down. The ref, are they calling that a low blow? I don't have my audio on. That was a body shot. The ref didn't even count. That was a body shot. Now they continue the action. The ref didn't count on that. And that was a body shot. I had muted my sound, but that was, oh man. Pierce is really going to work on him now. That was a knockdown. Good body shot again by Pierce. That left uppercut to the body is really doing damage. That should have been a count when the ref, he just looked at him.
Nonetheless, this is a golden Elijah Pierce who's really putting it together right now. But back comes San Martin, still firing.
This is, oh my goodness. Pierce is still going to work on the guy. Oh man, we're coming to the close of this round. Yeah, Jimmy Bernard, it was the same body shot, just like when Usyk went down. That's definitely a Pierce round. That was right to the, oh, that was in his chest. The solar plexus, like I called it.
Left hand body shot. It was nowhere near the trunks even. Nowhere near. Clean shot. That wasn't the one. No, that wasn't the one at all. And that one even, it hit the Everlast name, but it wasn't low.
This is the view of the official.
See, the reason why that one even hit the Everlast part is because it ricocheted off the elbow of San Martin. The shot that put him down was clean. And the ref didn't have that man's Bravo.
Take a look at the punch stats.
I don't like that. They showed the replay only one time. The other 3 replays they showed were not the shot that dropped him. So now they're trying to cover this up, you guys. That was a body shot, a clean left uppercut to the solar plexus by Elijah, and he went down to a knee, San Martin.
Knockdown there in the previous round, and he's coming out firing immediately here.
So we're in the 5th round, and Pierce is coming right after him again. Pierce is trying to go after him. Pierce near the ropes, near the triangle again. San Martin trying to wade in. Pierce spins out of there. Pierce pumping the jab. Pierce is trying to set him up. Ooh, good left straight on the chin by Pierce. Caught San Martin stepping in while he was walking, because he's trying to walk him down. Slight little uppercuts on the inside by San Martin, but Elijah is seeing everything now. He's in a rhythm. He's feeling good about himself right now, as he should, because that body shot was everything. That should have been a knockout. San Martin is coming on. Pierce has stopped. He's kind of letting him shoot a load before he comes back. San Martin is trying to trap him in the ropes now, trying to go to work while he's got him in that area in space. But Pierce he seemingly can get out of there anytime he wants to. I don't like how Elijah is holding his hands so low when they're on the inside real close. But right now he's managing very well. But I don't know. Martin's using his head a little bit on the inside here too. Ooh, good straight right by Martin. Hooking shots on the inside by San Martin. Elijah's pushing him off. The ref is saying something about him pushing him off. They're fighting pretty much toe to toe, but they're in the middle of the ring, then they're near the ropes, then they're in the triangle and back to the middle of the ring. They're all over this. Oh, couple of good shots. I think Elijah might have been hurt. A left and a right combination by San Martin shook Elijah. Now Elijah's got his faculties back. The round just ended. I got to give that to San Martin. He let that guy get back in here. He don't need to be in there taking those shots like that. That 1-2 combination really seemed to rock Elijah. Boom. Yeah, it knocked his teeth out or something. Something came flying out of his mouth, And then it was a right hand, left hook combination, clean on the chin. Boom. Boom. Oh my goodness. Elijah took him solidly though, but he was hurt. Okay, we're going in 6th round now. 6th round. Elijah got his hands up this time. I wonder, is he going to keep them up? Because remember I was saying I didn't like how he was dropping his hands, and San Martin got those shots in on him like that. He took advantage. See, San Martin landed 2 solid shots in that last round, which lets him know that it's not going to be 1 or 2 to get it done. He's going to have to put them together. Elijah's back trying to pump that right jab. San Martin's pumping his jab, the left jab. 1-2 by Martin. Another 1-2 by Martin. See, this is what I was concerned about Elijah, if he was going to be able to maintain his focus, because his attention wanes sometimes. He like loses focus. Elijah's throwing these combinations now. They're kind of like pity pat shots though. They don't have a lot of steam on them. Now he's leaning on the inside. They're in the center of the ring, but he's laying on the inside against San Martin, who's very quick-handed. His hands are quick when he throws those little short shots. Right now, it looks like Pierce is boxing and on the move. He's stepping around with shots. Now he's laying on the inside again. But for a moment there, he was stepping around and boxing, shooting his jab. There he is on the inside again with his hands low. He's going to get caught again if he continues to fight like this. San Martin's going to set him up for something. A good straight right hand by San Martin. In the triangle. Right now it's hard to call this action because I got that round for Pierce. He was far busier, but San Martin is landing more meaningful shots. Starting to see some damage on Pierce's face now too. When he's leaning on the inside, he's keeping his hands low. Man, you can't do that on the inside with a fighter like this. You got to keep your hands up. We're getting ready for that 8th round, 7th round, excuse me. They meet at the center of the ring. Elijah's pumping that jab. San Martin is like still got that high guard going. Pierce is being a little more physical in this round. He's shoving him back a little bit. Elbows, straight arm pushes. A lot of pity pat shots by both guys at the moment. Interestingly, Pierce has stopped going to the body. It's a lot of back and forth action here where it looks like Pierce is doing the better of the scoring, but San Martin's punches are a little heavier. It's been a close round. Pierce is kind of moving away now. Steph Brown, I think you're right. He may be getting a little... Okay, there was a good straight left by Pierce inside of 20 seconds. Good straight right hand by San Martin as we close out this 7th round. I think it's a Pierce round. He got real busy toward the end there and took the play away. So I got like 5 rounds to 2 for Pierce right now, and we're only going 10. So they're in Atlanta there, Steph Brown. Round 8. San Martin comes out pumping the jab. Pierce is trying to answer with his own jab. Straight left. San Martin is kind of on the move now for whatever reason. Pierce is on the attack. San Martin is really using the jab in this round. Throwing combinations off of the jab too. San Martin has really picked up his activity in this round. He's throwing more punches than Pierce. It could be a round that Pierce is taking off. He's fighting in spurts, but San Martin has been the busier fighter this round. Exchanging body shots on the inside, but this is definitely a Martin round. Yeah, I give that round to San Martin. So he's closing it up. A knockdown would do it for him. Yeah, Steph Brown, his attention wanders. I don't know what that is with him, but it's almost like he forgets to protect himself. He forgets that I'm in a fight. He forgets that, oh, you know, I could get hit. I could get knocked down. He just loses attention sometimes. And that's not good. Okay, round 9. Pierce comes out pumping the jab, that right jab. Martin is kind of just circling. Oh, Pierce with a left, overhand left. He tries to follow it up. Martin is blocking. Body shot by Pierce. San Martin looks like he's trying to get a little closer so he could do something now. Good uppercut on the inside by San Martin. Pierce trying to work him over on the ropes. San Martin's back is to the ropes. First time in the fight he's been against the ropes this long, but he's fighting well off the ropes. He's hit Pierce with a few hooks. Now they're back in the center of the ring. It's an interesting round here. It's like oh, good right hand by San Martin. Good left hook by San Martin. A Mr. Flurries of pity pats by Pierce. Pierce is landing more shots, but San Martin's shots are the more solid shots. You know what, guys? I'm going to give San Martin that round. I'm sorry, but I feel San Martin won that round. It was a close round. Could be a swing round. But I'm going to give that round to San Martin. But see, this is what I had said in my fight breakdown video about this fight. I was like, can Pierce just remain focused for the duration of the fight? He loses focus sometimes in mid-round. It's round 10, 10th and final round. Pierce is coming out, trying to establish that jab again. He's pumping that jab, pumping the jab, pumping it. He's throwing some fierce combinations, but some of those shots are being blocked by San Martin. Martin with a straight right, another right that missed, glanced. San Martin is throwing knockout punches, y'all. He just threw a short right hand right there. He's got Pierce in that triangle, but he spent on out of there because he realizes where he is in the fight. Now he's trying to tie him up, but San Martin is not letting him do it. San Martin is standing on to him with those right hands. He's throwing right hand leads on Pierce. And I'm going to tell you something. If Pierce wants to now kind of hold and tie up and move away, they're going to give San Martin this round for his aggression. So Pierce has got to fight this through. But those shots are like slapping punches. Nothing hard. Nothing solid. This is a good fight, man. "30 seconds to go. San Martin is trying to dig. Pierce is trying to fight back. They're just kind of going toe-to-toe, swinging now. Elijah's trying to throw some hard stuff. San Martin is covering up, though. He should be fighting. instead of covering up. That's the end of the fight. I think that Pierce pulled that last round out. I got it 6-4 for Pierce. Close fight, but I think he won it. Close fight. What you think, Shower? No, I'm not asking your score. I was just asking what you think of the fight. I got it 6 rounds to 4 for Pierce. San Martin is a little guy.
Decision, and now the WBA Continental America's Super Bantamweight Champion, repping the ATL, Elijah
So Elijah Pierce victorious in our main event. You heard the scores, 99-91.
Yeah. I wanted him to win too, Shower. I wanted him to win too. But man, he's got to get his focus up, man. It's like his attention wanders. Yeah, his attention wanders. He need to stop that stuff. Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a focus ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a focus ball. When you train with the focus ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the focus ball now.
Yeah, it is what it is. I want to thank everybody for, who hung in there with me for this evening's show. It's always nice to do something different every once in a while, and calling this fight and being here with you guys to watch Elijah, compete this evening. That's what's up, But, my time has come. I got to get out of here. Call it a night. There'll be a post-fight show after the Pacheco card tomorrow night. So there will be a post-fight show. So I hope everybody has a great and wonderful holiday weekend. I'm going to go out with this commercial broadcast for my merchandise. But peace to everybody. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
don't kill me.
No, ain't gonna kill you. You don't deserve that. Say hello to Big Dick Buster.